perfect song for this segment. Welcome back to CVM at Sunrise. Now, you must have all heard about Digital Jam, the 2.0 and 3.0 experience. We've heard from ministers, stakeholders, but we haven't had the chance to talk with any of the mentors or highlighted a success story. This morning, we've got a mentor with us, Oraine Godfrey, and we've got Marcel Morgan, a successful web developer and an example of a skilled youth. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Young, black, and powerful.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh,
I like how that sounds.
I love it. I love it. But let's start with you and your involvement with DigiJam.
Okay. For me, my involvement started around 2 years ago. I was asked to represent Odesk at the time to show how young people, at the conference or anybody for that matter, can benefit from online work and what's out there. So this year, I'll pretty much be doing the same thing, where I'll be speaking at the conference, small intro, and then I'll be having a workshop after to kind of show how my success story, has worked for me and how anybody out there can, follow the same patterns and be successful as well.
Let me ask you how it has worked for you.
Right.
How have you made a career out of something you can't touch?
Well, it is pretty hard to explain to people, something you can't touch, but you can actually, by just having internet access. So I'm a web developer, right? And I have experience over, past years. So I transitioned into the online world being pretty much an unknown. So as an unknown, it's hard at the beginning, but you have to sort of work your way up.
Are youth in a mind frame of using technology to make money? We see so often people using technology just for fun, browsing. Right. We have smartphones, but are we really using them smartly?
Well, part of it is that, and part of this experience at Digital Jam 3.0, why we want people to attend is to increase the knowledge base of those who are out there. It's not so much about Facebook, Twitter, and so forth, but these opportunities that are available in this while they say the world is flat, and indeed it really is, because I have people right now who are working, and they're working for somebody all the way in India, but they're sitting at their computer desk doing their regular work hours, and they're working and they're making money. And that's the beauty of it. Technology allows that to happen. And part of the experience of going to Digital Jam is understanding that these opportunities are available.
Part of the benefits, one, you've got this geographical barrier that is lowered because of the availability of the internet, and you're able to reach. But the other one of the thing is people are always talking about, trying to instill the spirit of entrepreneurship in people. With a computer and internet access, with relatively little injection in terms of cash, you are able to make some serious money.
That's true.
That's very true. I like to take that one because my own investment in this has been buying my computer. And I have internet access. All the tools I use for high-end development are free. So it's a pretty good way for people to actually, with limited resources, to be able to make some money and earn for their family. They don't have to go out in traffic every day and go to work.
We don't have to go out in traffic every day. I like
Staying
that.
right at home.
Absolutely.
But do you think that's maybe one of the answers to our unemployment problems? Because we tend to just look for the traditional career opportunities and employment opportunities, as opposed to say let's focus on something different. But do you have to have that aptitude for technology?
Well, it starts at just a simple concept or just an idea, and many people have that. And you find that the competitors in this competition, some of them are in high school, and they have these vivid imaginations, they have this concept, but they may not know how to execute it. And part of our job as a mentor is to kind of guide them along that process. And part of Digital Jam as well is to introduce people who can guide people along that process. Even if you have just a small idea and you want to execute, then we can grow with you, and then you learn the technology and you build from there, because there's so many different platforms available where you can actually build out something that you may so desire. It's just learning about it.
The education is important because you talk about the learning about it. It's not one of those things where you buck up on how it happens. A lot of this has to start with some kind of education footing, some kind of learning the basics of how it's done, and then you take on this world of exploration. From an education standpoint, what would you have had to go through to be able to now get to a stage where you can mentor somebody?
You're so passionate, Oraine.
I try. Well, honestly, it all started, Marcel can probably back me up on this one, where it started from just, I was intrigued by the possibility, honestly. And then, of course, I just spent time learning. I just went online, I did my own research, I tried stuff. And you see, you have to try and you have to fail in order to succeed. And I just tried and I tried, and then, of course, hey, well, this works, I like that. Play around with it a little bit more, and hey.
Because you learned stuff online. You
There you
actually
go.
went on the computer and learned some stuff. What about you?
Marcel is the perfect story for this.
Yeah, for me, school taught me about probably 5% of what I know.
That's true.
So a lot of this is about self-learning. I mean, when I was in high school and I used to do physics and we had labs, and you only get to experiment, during lab times. I couldn't afford the equipment, so I couldn't do my personal experiments. With a computer, I could run unlimited experiments. I could try anything I want. There were unlimited resources available. So,
Advice to someone watching now with a smartphone, a laptop, and all the gadgets possible, and thinking about employment opportunities.
well, what I would say to somebody like that is, first, come check out the conference. And
Which is when, just make sure everybody knows.
Yeah, which will kind of give you a head start into how, you can approach this world and, give you pointers and, what to start with.
When is
When is the
Digital Jam? Where does it happen?
That's March 1st and 2nd, so that's what, next week, Friday and Saturday, I believe, or Saturday and Sunday. So we invite everybody to come out and make sure that you're there. Lime is, of course, a sponsor, big up Lime. Increasing the internet penetration of the country, that's what we're doing.
Absolutely loving it. You can get it on your computers, and that internet penetration is definitely available at your fingertips with those cell phones. Thanks, gentlemen.
You're most welcome.
All righty, we're going to take a break. When we come back, the Heart Foundation is going to be here. They're celebrating a whole month of a healthy heart. We've got Yasmin Russell to tell us why we should know our numbers. And we've also got this morning, we're